Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I'm Brendan Lee. In this video I want to talk to you about love and truth. Alright, so this comes from the forum. Now, there's a few different pieces to this forum post. It seems to wander a little bit. I'm going to read it to you and then get into it. It has to do with love and truth. Hi Brendan. Hey, thanks for writing in. This, I believe, comes from all the way from Holland, the Netherlands. Welcome to the YouTube channel. Hi Brendan, here's a question for you. What is the relationship between love and truth? Andrew Cohen once said, pursuing only truth is like the eating of stones. To me, ultimately, they are the same. In truth, there is only love. Now, I guess many people are more interested in having a good experience than in truth. That seems true. People avoid truth to be more comfortable. How does fear affect all this? The point is, truth is inevitable, absolute, and love and truth are the same. Does it matter how you get to the truth? Does it matter how you get to truth? Thanks. So there are a few different questions in there, not necessarily related, but I'll do my best to consider these with you. All right. What is the relationship between love and truth? We'll start there. Well, it depends on what you're meaning. So please use this video as a consideration. All right, use my words to help you consider what's actually true in your own experience. And I think that will be a very good use of this video. So please bear that in mind. That's sort of my little disclaimer as we get going here. I'm not intending to create a cosmology or a belief system around love or truth or anything like that, but more an opening for you to look into, for you to discover, for you to consider for yourself. Okay, so if you can do that, I would appreciate it. First of all, right away, I'd have to say, what is it, when you say truth, what do you mean? Okay, because we could be talking about something that is true relatively, and that is different than something that is true or ultimately true or absolutely true. Okay, so now as far as I can tell, in terms of truth, like capital T, absolute, the truth, love has nothing to do with it. Because it doesn't have anything to do with anything. It's just what is. All right, and love is something that we recognize. It's something that is relative. It's something that we experience. All right, if that's what you're talking about when you're talking about love. Okay, so first of all, right off the bat, I want you to consider, what is it, when you are asking that question, what do you mean when you say truth? And what are you talking about when you're talking about love? All right, so now, regarding the question, something I can say from my own experience about that is that when I had an Enlightenment experience, I became conscious of my nature. My state was very altered. It changed suddenly from my normal bullshit to a state that I could call love. And it was like a radical openness, a radical acceptance, a peace, a love, something that was transcendent of life and death, if you will. If you can imagine being free suddenly from, to some degree, life and death, and also all life that had been and all death that had been was suddenly okay. It's like that's just the way it is. And so there was a massive opening, there was a massive freedom, there was a feeling of euphoria, and a feeling like I could call, or a state I could call one of love. It's like acceptance, just okay. Everything's okay. Already. I was never not okay. So it was like a burden was lifted, we call it an enlightenment experience, right? What happens with my mind and experience after encountering the truth, whatever that is, you see? And I could call that love. There was somebody who was here, was going through an apprenticeship with this person, and I remember being in this state like soon after, like that evening. See, it lasted for several days, at least days, while I was in this state. And she came up, this is somebody who I normally had conflict with. And it was dark, I was on the mats, I was just laying down, very peaceful, like just blissed out, if you will. And she started walking across the mats, and I could sense that she wasn't aware of me. And as she came across the mats, she got scared, and I knew, like, my normal reaction to her would have been one of annoyance, but in this case, I just had love for this person, and I just told her, like, it's okay, don't be afraid. I didn't want her to experience the fear. I didn't want her to experience the upset. It's like, it's okay. I was very loving. Naturally loving, like not putting it on like an act, but really just loving. This is not my normal, okay? All right? And so from that experience, and then others, so in addition to that, right, big, massive breakthrough, as I fast forward, more current events kind of deal, as I become more free in myself, I've been working a lot recently on my own suffering. And what I mean by that is not working on suffering, but working on understanding what my own bullshit's about, what my own pain is about, so that I can stop doing it. And every so often, as I work, as I struggle, as I consider these relative matters, I'm trying to become conscious of what's happening with me, with my mind, with this person here, that is the cause of much distress, okay? Every so often, I'll free myself up from something, or an opening will occur, and I'll feel a love. Like, I don't know, I love others. I love my life. I love just as a natural occurrence. And then I go right back into the shit. Okay? So now, with that in mind, and we do, like in the workshops, what we do here, there's one workshop, I think it's in the ENB, which is the Experiencing the Nature of Being workshop. You're invited to come do that, of course. Check the links in the description, navigate, it'll push you over to Ralston's website. You can sign up for that. I facilitate it. It's extremely powerful. And there's a part in there where I will be facilitating others, reading, working through the manual and getting people to grasp stuff, become more deeply conscious. And there's a quote in there, something that Peter had said, where it's like, outside of the buried love you have for everyone else, or everyone. See, and that kind of strikes me, like outside of the buried love you have for everyone. The buried love. And it seems to ring true as I free myself up. If I take away the pain and the judgment and the reactivity and my wanting and needing people, my fears, my needs, my desires for others to be some way that they're not, and all that stuff, if I remove all that, pretty much the only thing that's left is love. See, because what are your other options if you take away all that shit, right? So there's some love in there, and it's already here. As far as I can tell, it's already here. It's not like you have to go anywhere to have that. It already is. And I was riding bikes, with Peter fairly recently, and brought this up to him as I was considering some of my own stuff. And he said something like, yeah, because ultimately others are you already anyway. See? Others are you. Like, you are not separate from others. One aspect of that is, like, if I get conscious of what's true with me, if I get conscious of what's true about my own suffering, my own pain, my relationship to others, like if I really deeply question what others are, for me, I've run into like what I think they are, what I need them to be, what I want them to be, but they're not. Past trauma, stuff with parents, which is others, and the world, which is others. And I'm like, is that them? Is that them? No, no, no. And like all the stuff that isn't them starts to come away. So I'm getting conscious of what's true of others. And it seems that the more I do that, the more capable I am of love. Maybe the more ignorant I am, the less capable of love I am. I don't know. It's something for you to look into. This is just what I look into. And you look into it, because ultimately, at the end of the day, empowering you, my videos are to empower you, and you're the one that has to look into it, because I'm going to die, Ralston's going to die, everybody's going to die. The world, this work is you. It's not somewhere else. And then, unfortunately, you have to do it. Sort of like an alone thing. You can have help, you can have people to help, but you got to do it. So, relationship between love and truth. Absolute doesn't care. Relative seems like love is available. We're just so wrapped up with our own shit, it's kind of hard to do that. But it can creep in, or it can be discovered, or it can be cultivated, practiced even, as far as I can tell. Yeah? Okay, cool. So now, Andrew Cohen once said, pursuing the truth is like the eating of stones. Can be. Can be a real big pain in the ass. And then again, I don't know what Andrew Cohen was necessarily talking about. Maybe talking about some kind of struggle. Eating stones is pretty hard to do. Pursuing what's true is also pretty hard. Being honest is a challenge. Really, it's not easy. To me, ultimately, they are the same. In truth, there is only love. I don't know. Figure that out. Find that out. Let me know. Now, I guess many people are more interested in having a good experience than in truth. That seems accurate. We are constantly pursuing a better experience and avoiding negative experiences. If you watch carefully, that is what we're up to, like by and large. People avoid truth to be more comfortable. Yes. How does fear affect all this? Well, this is sort of like a sidebar, different question, but in terms of fear, take a look for yourself. What does fear do? What is its job? You're afraid of something. What does that do? Doesn't it serve to move you away from the thing or move you in a direction? It's like, I'm not going to go there. Why? I'm afraid. It's like, it does a job. It's very good at its job. What job is fear doing? You see, and then I would invite you to question that, to wonder, like fear. Imagine a world of no fear. Now, contrast that with your experience and notice, oh yeah, you do have fear, don't you? Yeah? Why? And what is fear? And what's it doing? What purpose and function does it serve? And that'll help with that. So, notice, I'll leave that as an open question for you to consider. It'll be like your homework for the video, right? So you can do that. Start to wonder, you see, if fear, what does fear actually do for you? Why do you have it? And what is it? And how does it function? You can check, Peter in the Book of Not Knowing broke down fear. You can take a look at it. It has components, kind of like a car has components. Fear is built a certain way. And if you can discover what that is, perhaps you have better capacity with it. All right? The point is, truth is inevitable, absolute, and love and truth are the same. And then does it matter how you get to the truth? I don't give a fuck. I think for some people it does matter. For me, like, in terms of what's true, like, does it matter what way you use to get to the truth? No. It just matters that you get what's true. I don't care if you eat a cheeseburger. If cheeseburgers work, go for it. I don't mind. Smoke some weed, drink some vodka. I don't know. Sit and meditate. Go to Vipassana. Dance. Make love. Make war. I don't know. Whatever's true. Just get it. Take a bath. Now, it just does seem to be the case that there are certain things that work for people to grasp what's true better than not. One of those tools that we use here is contemplation. It is a willful act of discovery. It's like, I want to know what's true, and I stay on it until I get it. And that is contemplation. That seems to work well. But ultimately, don't care. Do as you will. It just matters whether you discover what's true or not. Okay? So that's what I have for you from the forum. Thank you for writing in. Guido, I think that's how I say your name. If not, please correct me. Let me know in the comments. or email me so I can get your name right. That's just how I remember Peter saying it. And thank you for writing in. I appreciate it. And I appreciate the opportunity to serve y'all and serve you and make a video. If you want to get serious, if you want, come here, do a workshop. They're incredibly powerful. They will make a difference. They're in the direction of being more conscious. Or if you want to do the martial arts, you're invited to do that. Check the website, navigate. Go to Ralston's website, check the workshops. If you have questions, we do a free workshop preview. You can join that. If you want to join me monthly, I have Zoom calls where people gather together. If you're out there, you're doing this work, you don't know what the hell's going on, you kind of, I don't know, lonely, or you're looking for a group of weirdos to hang out with, come hang out with me once a month. Check my website. Again, navigate. It's all there. Shoot me a comment, email, like, subscribe, tell all your friends, and yeah. Thanks for tuning in. Till next time. Much love. Take care.